Hey, join us, guys. What's the song?
These are the sweet songs of Joseph Shabalala, who helped introduce the sound of traditional Zulu music to the world. He's unfortunately died at the age of 78. The musician was best known as the founder and director of Ladysmith Black Mambazo, which won 5 Grammy Awards and featured heavily on Paul Simon's Graceland album. They also reached number 15 in the UK charts with a cover of Swing Low Sweet Chariot for the 1995 Rugby World Cup. According to the band's manager, Shabalala died in hospital in Pretoria, South Africa.
A very big loss for South Africa as a whole because he was a legend. I think the legacy of his music is still going to continue. I think for the musicians that are still growing now, they can maybe take his footstep.
It was very painful for me because you know what? Whenever I grew up with that kind of music for Joseph Shabalala. That kind of music is the one which raised us from when we were small until now. And he's a well-respected man, a good African guy. So I'm feeling very, very, very painful, my man. It's very sad for that guy.
It's so sad to learn about the passing of an icon, Joseph Shabalala. I'm Zimbabwean, and I grew up listening to Ladysmith back in Mambazo. My grandfather always, had the vinyl records of that group. And I remember also Ladysmith back Mambazo collaborating with one of our icons, Oliver Mtukudzi. They made great music. They put Africa on the world map. They used to go to Broadway and those sort of things. So it's a sad loss. These are guys who are pioneers of the music industry. They soothed our soul with their type of music. So yeah, we joined the world in mourning the death of an icon, a living legend.
Our South African Bureau Chief, Betty Dibia, joins us now. Betty, some of those songs are, South Africans' childhoods. Are they saying goodbye to the founder of Ladysmith Black Mambazo?
I didn't hear that.
I said, some of those songs that we heard at the beginning, those are South Africans' childhood songs. How are they saying goodbye to the founder of the group?
Well, I guess plans for the funeral are yet to be disclosed. The family is still meeting, but people, I don't know if they're ever going to say goodbye because he's left so much of him amongst the people, not just in South Africa, even in Nigeria as well, the whole world. Looking at all the people that he's worked with, his group, the group that he founded over the years, even up till late, a Nigerian quartet called the Berula Quartet, a group of 4 Nigerian young men who are following in his Katamiya kind of singing, the a cappella all-male choral group. So people are still trying to accept it. They've seen him over the past few years quite frail. He's been ill. Today we woke up trying to mark 30 years of the release of Nelson Mandela, and then this news broke. So that's quite a lot that people are dealing with. And nobody is happy, but he's still part, or his songs are still part of life in the country.
Definitely. It's a great loss to the entertainment industry and the world, as you mentioned. And also a rich legacy is left. Maybe it's a bit early, but how will South Africa honor his memory?
I guess he's managed, with all the achievements, he's managed to actually pass the torch on to the next generation. We remember his group has won 5 Grammy Awards, and they've been nominated 15 times, 3 while he was the leader. And the next generation, his son is the current leader, and other members of the family and part of the group that he started, or members of the families of the group that he started with. So it's passing on. People, the legacy is being passed on I don't know if I'm not quite sure he has a national award yet or national honor, but I'm sure he'll get that probably posthumously. Some of the institutions have honored him, but the music, I mean, goosebump eliciting kind of music is here to stay. It can go away, and it feels much better that it's not just appreciated within South Africa, it's appreciated all over the world, hence the world music Grammy nods that they've been getting. You have his music in Disney's Lion King. You have him collaborating with Johnny Clegg, Paul Simon, as you mentioned, Desiree, her cover of Ain't No Sunshine, Bill Withers' song, Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone, or they did He's Gone at this time. And beautiful music that he's left behind. And I'm sure as good music goes, it will never go away and he will forever be remembered. But luckily, he's managed to pass it on to another generation who hopefully will pass it on, and then it stays on.
Definitely, Betty. But any word on from the rest of the group members? Have they reacted to his passing?
Well, they paid a very touching tribute, especially their manager on some of the social media platforms, talking about how they're going to miss him. You know, he stopped touring in 2014, but he was always part of their rehearsals, and I know he stopped all public engagements by 2016, 2017, but he was always part of their rehearsals. He was very much part of the music. When I talked about the Beulah Quartet, the Nigerian group that he worked with them in 2016. He collaborated with them and sort of mentored them. They produced great music, you know, for their debut album titled All About Jesus. But they've been talking about him, how they miss him. Recall that they're on a tour in the US, but they've had to cut that short as the family is meeting, and most of them are part of the family. So they're going to come back to the country to know the next steps of probably the funeral and every other thing. But they will definitely miss him because he didn't take his hands away. He was still there every step of the way, mentoring them, coaching them, and encouraging them, you know, to go out there and be African and proudly African as they are.
A really great loss to the entertainment industry. We do send our condolences to his family. Betty, thank you so much for joining us on the program. Well, that's it on the program. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Teniola Shaboele. Bye for now.